Good afternoon, dear students of Standard 9. We have already begun the lesson endogenetic movements. The meaning of endogenetic is internal. So internal movements taking place under the surface of the earth have been mentioned in this lesson. Now, we have concluded with the geographical explanations about Rift Valley of Narmada, Rift Valley, effects of tension, Block Mountain. Now, we have to begin with continent building aperogenic movements. Aperogenic movements means continent building movements. Now, slow movements occur. Slow movements take place towards the center or from the Earth's center towards the Earth's crust. Slow movements take place towards the center of the Earth or from the Earth's center towards the Earth's crust. So because of these aperogenic movements or because of these continent building movements, a vast part of the Earth's crust is uplifted or gets subsided. Either it comes up or it goes down. When the part of the Earth's crust is uplifted above the mean sea level, continents are formed. Continents building movements. How the continents are built up? How the continents are built up? When the part of the Earth's crust is uplifted, means above the mean sea level, continents are formed. So these movements are called continent building movements. These movements are called continent building movements or aperogenic movements. Extensive plateaus can also be formed because of such movements, because of aperogenic movements, because of continent building movements. Extensive plateaus can also be formed. If the originally continental portion of the crust subsides below the sea level, it forms a part of the seabed. A seabed is formed. A seabed is built up when the continental portion of the crust goes down or subsides below the sea level. Now, which are the sudden movements? In the beginning of the chapter, we have studied the new item on earthquake. Earth means the ground. Earth means the ground and quake means trembling, shaking. So, shaking of the ground is an earthquake. Shaking of the ground, moving of the ground is an earthquake. Earthquake is the movement of the Earth's crust. Earthquake is the movement of the Earth's crust. You have been acquainted with the magnitude and effects of the earth through the activity at the beginning of the chapter itself. Now you know you have been introduced with the magnitude and effects of the earthquake through the activity which we have taken in the beginning. Now we will look at the sudden movements called earthquakes and volcanoes in the Earth's interior in detail. So earthquakes and volcanoes take place in the interior of the Earth. Earthquakes and volcanoes take place in the interior of the Earth. Now, earthquakes. See, several movements take place in the interior of the Earth. Several movements take place in the interior of the Earth. So, when these movements take place, tremendous tension is created in the Earth's crust. Tremendous tension is created in the interior of the Earth. Tremendous tension. Where is this tremendous tension occur? It happens in the interior of the Earth, but exactly where in the interior of the Earth? It takes place in the Earth's crust. Crust, mantle and crust core and mantle. Crust, mantle and core. So, this tremendous pressure is built up in the crust of the Earth. When the tension goes beyond limit, when the magnitude of this tension increases, when the velocity of this tension increases, the energy is released in the form of waves. Then, energy, in short, waves. After tremendous tension, energy is released in the form of waves. This results in the trembling of Earth's surface, and because of this, trembling or shaking takes place in the Earth's surface. It means movement takes place, or the Earth's surface moves backward and forward, left and right. That is known as earthquake. The magnitude of the earthquake. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured by Richter scale. It is measured by Richter scale. Now, what are the causes of earthquakes? When earthquake occurs, when earthquake takes place, plates move up and down. Plates are collided against each other. Plates are dashed against each other. Plates are sliding one below the other. Fractures are developed in rocks, layers due to tension in the interior of the earth. There is tension in the interior of the earth, as we have seen in the beginning. There is tremendous pressure created in the interior of the earth. So, fractures are formed in rock layers. And due to this, volcanic eruptions occur. Volcanic eruptions occur. So these are the causes of earthquakes. Causes. Now, simple seismogram and a graph is shown below. Focus and epicenter. Now because of these movements taking place under the surface of below the earth's surface, tension is created and it keeps on accumulating. So tension is created and it goes on. Tension is mounting, tension is on increase, and it accumulates. High energy is released at the place where the tension mounts up, where the tension is mounting up, where the tension is increasing, where there is the core point, where it is high, where this tension is high. High energy is released over there. Because of tremendous tension mounting up, high energy is created, released. High energy is released. And as high energy is released at the place where this tension mounts up, this is the center of the earthquake. High energy, where high energy is released. Where high energy is released, this tension or this center, this is the center of the earthquake. It is called focus or hypocenter. Where tremendous energy is released, that point is known as focus or hypocenter. The point where high energy is released is known as focus or hypocenter. Energy waves scatter in all directions. They do not move in discipline. Energy waves do not move in discipline. Energy waves move helter and skelter here and there. Energy waves scatter in all directions: east, west, north, south, southeast, northwest. Northeast means in all directions it scatters. So the place on the earth's surface where these energy waves reach first is called the epicenter. Place where the waves. Now what is epicenter? Where the place on the earth's surface where these energy waves reach first is an epicenter. Epicenter is a place where these energy waves reach at first. It is the nearest place on the earth's surface from the focus. So, epicenter is the nearest place. Epicenter is the nearest place from the earth's from the focus, and it experiences the first tremor. It experiences the first tremor or result of the earthquake. This place experiences the aftershocks or the results of an earthquake. The epicenter is perpendicular to the focus. The epicenter is perpendicular to the focus. Now, figure 2.12, types of seismic waves. This is focus. This is focus and this is epicenter. So it is perpendicular. When the tension is released at the focus, the released energy travels in all directions. Now, the tension is released at the focus center. So, the energy which is released travels in all directions. So, see, like this, it travels in all directions. This energy comes toward the Earth's surface in the form of waves. The seismic waves can be divided into primary, secondary and surface waves. Now the seismic waves can be divided into primary waves, secondary waves and surface waves. Waves are primary waves, secondary waves and surface waves. The first one we have to learn is primary waves. Primary waves are known as P waves. They are known as P waves. These are the first one to reach the surface of the earth after the energy is emitted in the earth's interior. Emitted, opened up. When the energy is opened in the earth's interior, the primary waves reach first to the surface of the earth. The primary waves reach up to the surface of the earth when the energy is opened up in the interior of the earth. The primary waves travel at a very fast speed from the focus of the earthquake in radial directions. Fast speed in radial directions. Fast speed in radial directions. Subjected to a P wave, and this fast speed in radial directions subject to P waves, particles in the rock move in the direction of waves to and fro, here and there. Particles means small pieces in the rock move in the direction of primary waves to and fro, means here and there. The wave moves to and fro. Therefore, these waves are also called forward-backward waves. Why they are known as forward-backward waves? They are known as forward-backward waves because they move to and fro. They move here and there. These waves can travel through all the three states. These waves can travel through all the states, and they are liquid, solid and gaseous states. Liquid, solid and gaseous states. Liquid, solid and gaseous states. But while traveling through liquid medium, when the primary waves are traveling through the liquid medium, these primary waves travel through liquid, solid and gaseous states, but when these primary waves travel through solid liquid medium, their directions get changed. When the primary waves are traveling through liquid medium, their directions gets changed. It is because of the primary waves that the building on the earth's surface move back and forth. Why? The primary waves change their directions while traveling through the liquid medium because of the primary waves build up on the earth's surface move back and forth. With this, I would like to resume the course of teaching here. Read the lesson carefully, listen to the video so that you will understand. Thank you. Have a good time to all of you.